fail. Lil' tune, flow sinister, I'ma finish him. Many men gon' need ministers, I make men in them. Enemies, I'm the enema, I'ma on them. Just like my keys, drop my on a dinner work. My thoughts I keep confidential, it's consequential. Philosophies unidentical, I'm not in the year. My Siamese brother Benjamin, that's how I stick to him. These diamond bees, all BBs, I call them Vivica. Skating underneath the bridge, stay hustling as it is. Make money, feed the kids, ain't nothing in the fridge. Wake up, repeat the sins, I need a 10, stay muddy to the lid, 800, eat a. Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. Yeah. This ain't.
It's week 7 of the NFL, and we've got Marshawn Lattimore, who's stating his place among the league's best with 6 picks this season. It's the Jets and the Broncos, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
An absolutely perfect fall afternoon for football. We are under bright blue Colorado skies at Empower Field at Mile High in Denver. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the New York Jets and the Denver Broncos. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Jets coming into play. It's a relatively balanced offense. And hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, we look at this Bronco team. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense.
And off we go from Denver. This taken in at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. Bringing him out is the future Hall of Famer, now in his 18th NFL season, Aaron Rodgers.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing 1 interception, didn't have a touchdown to offset it, but the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
They run with a second-round pick from Iowa State. This is Breece Hall. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. We're taking a look at Hall's numbers from a week ago. 19 carries, 76 yards.
Well, to no one's surprise, he gets an early rep right there, and they've been playing their best ball this season as they built this winning streak. And that includes the ground game. Breece kept the offense productive and put them in position to win ball games. The question now is, can this defense that he's facing do what others haven't and finally put a stop to this streak?
Now Rodgers. Incomplete. And he lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
And how he got away from that first tackler, no idea, but he did, and it winds up with positive yardage. The numbers on the ground for Williams a week ago. 15 carries, 68 yards.
Sitting 10th in the league in rushing isn't bad, but it's also not as high as where he knows he should be with how talented he is. There's definitely another gear there, and hopefully their game prep.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look just to make sure that they have. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And this one is right down Broadway. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-0. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Back on the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. They fumbled the last time they had the football. Fortunate that it only led to a field goal. 3-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Rodgers now to throw. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
He gets it underneath to Hall. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Sutton. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 45-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. Jermaine Johnson there to bring him down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing is Wilson. And that's off the mark, incomplete. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. He's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. John Franklin Myers, the one in there to drop him. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. He finds Corey Davis. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. To throw, it's Rodgers. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and very long. This defense for the Broncos, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 3rd down.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And taken right on the 30. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They begin the drive with Williams. He'll get this to about the 38. Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And not much room to speak of. He'll get about 3 up to the 41. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Wilson. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. Here's Hardman to return. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. And New York set to take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that can put your team in some jeopardy?
Going right back to Wilson. A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a 1st down. Your Jets at 5-1 here in this early part of the season. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Throw left side complete. That's Hall. They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. Rodgers to throw once more. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
What you just saw there, first-round talent, 2nd year, even more success. A pick 6 for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season is big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year 1. By year 2, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. McCole Hardman to return it from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Now Hall to start the drive. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. 10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On first down, right back to Hall. They'll get it across the 35. It'll be second down. From the 36, Rodgers. He finds Wilson. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 42. A good pickup there, a 22.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this one is incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now it's Rodgers. And he'll find Hall. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Josie Jewell, the linebacker, getting the sack.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Now the veteran Thomas Morstead on to punt it away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. A kind of a throwback weekend for our primetime games here in Week 7. Later tonight, a couple of the great AFC teams of the 70s do battle. The Steelers and Dolphins from Miami on Sunday night. And then tomorrow, Monday Night Football, Bears and Patriots from Foxborough. A rematch of Super Bowl 20. Bears won that one 46-10. But fear not for the Patriots. If I remember correctly, they've won a few in the years following. They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. On 2nd and 7, Wilson. And he'll just get rid of it. This offense so far on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's Presley Harvin now. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Hardman on the return. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the Jets will take over. And New York set to take the field. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Now a play fake. Rodgers. And that is caught. It's Davis. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
On first down, Rodgers. This pass out wide to Hall. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain, and the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. After the interception, here's Wilson. He'll find its tight end. It's Adam Troutman. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Play action. It's Wilson. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. It's 3rd and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Broncos. Jerry Jeudy, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25. And New York set to take the field. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the play did on the last one. You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. Here's Rodgers to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. So here are the Broncos to take over on offense. They were victorious over the Chargers last week, and now they work with a lead again here as they come up 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Wilson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Throwing now is Rodgers. Throwing quickly to Wilson. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's 2nd down. Here's Rodgers. Wilson's got it complete. Finding space at the 40. Now he's loose at the 40. Inside the 20. Touchdown. Garrett Wilson with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Jets are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And it's 17-7. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. They have been red hot, sometimes white hot here in this first half. They're just looking to add to that total right now.
And this has to serve as a reminder to myself because so many times I get wrapped up in the play calling, how they've sequenced things, how it's run. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's still execution. Those guys out on the field, and right now they are locked in and really looking good.
They'll try to continue to be locked in here as we get ready to approach halftime. 11 yards for number 11.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw taken in here by Patrick. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. To throw again is Wilson. Over the middle, complete. That's Williams. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson finding Williams once more, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. A bad time for a roughing penalty. And they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Wilson. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. It's 3rd and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. And his kick is indeed good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and minicamps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we're at halftime here in Denver with the Broncos leading this one. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll start our tour in the entertainment capital of the world, Las Vegas, Nevada. And it's the Raiders out in front as they approach halftime. Hunter Renfrow, a touchdown reception. Next, we head off to check out another game. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Atlanta Falcons. Joe Burrow, a very good performance as his guys run the record now to 5-2. Finally, let's get to the desert to check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale. And they were winners in that ball game over the visiting New Orleans Saints. DeAndre Hopkins, 2 touchdown catches in the victory. On now to a look at the next-gen stats for the Jets in that first half. And they've had plenty of success throwing the football so far this afternoon, as they're on pace to throw for over 300 yards if their form holds. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the Jets are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. That's a gain of 13 as they try to whittle away at this 13-point deficit.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Hall again. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. To throw is Rodgers. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Jet first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. Finding Hardman here over the middle. And the Jets are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Hall. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Breece Hall with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets have cut it back within a score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And we get another look now at this Broncos offense. Still enjoying the lead here in the 3rd quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their own 24. He'll hand this to Williams to start things out. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Sutton. A couple of veterans. Wilson to Sutton there for the Bronco first.
They all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. A throw over the middle, taken in by Troutman. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down. From the shotgun, Wilson. And he wisely will throw that one away. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Wilson. Throw left side complete to Troutman. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 41-yard line. Throwing again here, Wilson. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Throwing is Wilson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
Hardman will elect not to bring this out, and the football will be on the 25-yard line. On play action, now Rodgers. Gonna look deep for Wilson. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll run with Hall. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 67 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
Yeah, and this is most definitely the guy you want running the football when you need the tough yards on 3rd down. And he moves the chains and then some as he shakes off that first contact. And as they said in the 70s, he just keeps right on trucking.
Here's Hall again. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. And he missed it. It's no good. And they'll remain 2 scores back as this holds at a 9-point advantage. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the 2nd miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
That one good for 37 yards. They'll run. Here's Burton, the fullback. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. On 2nd and goal, standing alone in the backfield is Williams. Here's Wilson. And the pass is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jerry Jeudy. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. As his guys are able to extend their lead. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Here's Mecole Hardman. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The New York set to take the field. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive. Missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you've put something out there. You've given yourself a chance. You're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the post. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rodgers getting the football to Davis on an out route. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Now it's Rodgers. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. Going to look at Jerry Jeudy as he leads his offense back out there for this next series. He's been his typical solid and reliable self, hasn't he, Charles?
When you have that go-to receiver that you can count on in the situation where you absolutely have to have him, there's nothing better for anybody who's throwing the football. But the best part is the payoff. 2 touchdowns already. That's the bottom line when you throw the ball to a guy.
Absolutely. Not over 100 yards right now, but he does have the 2 touchdown catches. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
A 2-yard loss brings up 3rd down and 12.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd down and 12. Open man is the tight end Troutman. Yeah, boy, he had the marker square in his sights, but a good tackle's going to leave him about a yard or so short. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game. And trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
36 yards on the punt with no return. And New York set to take the field. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 79 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Rodgers going to throw. This pass out wide to Hall. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. On 3rd down, here's Hall. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense. Linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's Thomas Morstead now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. So the Broncos coming out now. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's 1st play.
For a rookie 1st-rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose. Do what you do best. Go get the quarterback.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. To throw is Wilson. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down.
Third down.
Wilson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The Broncos send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. Nifty move. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10. They'll toss it out right here to Hall. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Rodgers now to throw. And check down complete to Hall. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Now a play fake. Rodgers. This pass complete. He finds Jeremy Ruckert. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Completes it to Davis. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
From the 4, this is 2nd down and 1. Hall want to give up the middle. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. They'll go again with Hall. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. 2 yards is the pickup, and the Jets are going to have it 1st and goal.
Well, sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big 3rd down conversion. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. Power on power, but he's not going to get in. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Carter is going backwards here. Now they come in and drop him all the way back at the 4-yard line. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Now Rodgers. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. 2 minutes left to play.